Hey everyone, Shaedow here, and welcome to another Marvel Contest of Champions video. So in this video we're going through the Massacre and the Mercs for Money quest that's here this month, and we're doing Uncollected mode. This is the final chapter and the very last quest, so when we get done with this we will have completed Uncollected mode. Now this time I went through and looked at all the paths and chose the path that I thought was the easiest. So if you guys are looking to just complete Uncollected mode, you can follow the path that I did in this video. But these guys have no nodes whatsoever except the global. Down she goes, pretty easy. As long as they can be bled or poisoned, Archangel is a very good option for them. Now next up is Red Hulk, who as you guys may know is poison immune, but he's not bleed immune. So I could have used Archangel for him, but he wasn't my #1 choice, so I brought in Starkey. Now this fight went a little bit longer than it should have because I didn't do what I know to do with Starkey. If you guys are not aware, in order to maximize Starkey's damage, you want to build up your poise charges right off the bat if you can. You build up poise charges by evading, whether it's an auto evade or whether you see that dexterity buff means that you manually evaded. You're going to build up a poise charge, and each poise charge gives him more damage. Alright, so as you can see, I'm being too aggressive and not taking the time to build my poise charges up, which made the fight last a little bit longer. In fact, it should have been over by this time. Had I built up my poise charges, it would have been. But still not a very, very long fight. I did build up a few poise charges finally and started doing some good damage to him. Headshot. And goes Red Hulk. Now, I haven't done Labyrinth of Legends, the first path, and I have fought him once in Labyrinth of Legends. And let me tell you, that was a very interesting fight. Alright, so next up we've got this Ultron. Now, I just finished fully exploring Act 5. I don't want to see this guy. I'm having flashbacks of 5.4.6. Oh, I hate fighting him, but I've gotten used to fighting him. Really, the trick is his evade, and he does an evade, I believe, every 7 seconds, so it's very predictable. If he hasn't evaded in a while, and you bait out a special, just be prepared for the evade. See, like right there? Expect that to happen all the time. Godlike. And down he goes. Far, far easier than the 5.4.6 version of him. Now, at the time of this recording, I was in Alliance War, and I'm still a little bit salty over what happened. I went in with my Starkey full health, boosted up, and I was about to tear stuff up. It was the first time that I was taking him in. And as soon as I hit it to go in, it just froze. And of course, if you guys have had this happen before, you know what happened. I had to force close, came back, half my health was gone. And turns out it was a magic that I was fighting. And I actually did not have any other good counters for it. And Starkey should have been able to do, you know, a good bit of work if I fought her the way I should have fought her. But I was a bit salty. Fatality. Bye-bye, Iron Fist. I was a bit salty, and instead I just started getting all aggressive. Well, they had MD5, it looked like, and it was on the power game node. So she was constantly getting limbo. I never got hit. You know, this is like the magic of old. But if you don't have Blade, which I didn't have, and another counter to her that I like to use is my Archangel, who I also did not bring. I really didn't have any good counters. I ended up losing my Starkey, and I lost another champion that I brought in, and finally took her down with my Hyperion here. And but that placed me in a bad way for the next ones. I ended up using items I didn't really want to, but I didn't even make it to the mini. Before all of that happened, I was doing so well. I had not died once. So I was a bit salty over that, because losing that Starkey like that really just messed me up. But it's all good. This quest, compared to the other quests, it seemed pretty easy, honestly. You guys will see when I get to the final boss. You know, I played around with him a little bit, trying to, you know, get used to his animations and what have you, but he was nothing compared to Thanos. So next up we have MCOC. And yeah, I faced a MCOC. That's what stopped me in the war. I no longer had anybody that could really deal with him. My Hyperion was low health, and I ran out of items, or rather I should say I ran out of the items I wanted to use. And I got him to about half health and then messed up and got taken out. But Archangel is who I love fighting MCOC with. I usually don't have any problem. You know, Blade obviously is another counter, but I like using Archangel. And if I had to do this war over again, I would have brought my Archangel in for that path. He would have been able to handle that magic, no problem. And he would have been able to handle the MCOC, no problem. Now, what happened there? It happens sometimes. I try to evade back, and it just will not let me do it. That time it worked. It is what it is. I'm not even upset anymore, because I just gotten used to it. Unstoppable. And down goes MCOC. One shot, not a problem. You guys saw all the buffs that he had up there, but honestly, none of that concerns me when I'm fighting with Archangel. So finally, we are here facing Goldpool. Now, take a look at his active buffs. That prove your health, I'm not a fan of prove your health, mainly because it makes the fight last much longer. Alright, and sometimes I forget about it, and I go into my normal routine and wonder why I'm not doing any damage. But it is what it is. You can see his specials. They are unblockable, but they're also very easy to avoid, as long as the game doesn't lag you right when he does his special, which it seems to like to do to me. But all in all, he seems to be a pretty straightforward character to fight. Now, we're not going to mess around this time and not read his abilities and what have you. So you guys can take a look at his abilities, his signature ability. Honestly, nothing that I read here, and I don't even remember all that I read, but nothing really stood out to me that would make him a really awesome defender. So I'm looking here and I'm just like, okay, he may be more interesting to fight on attack, but as a defender, I just don't see it. I could be wrong, but I don't see him as someone that would give me any kind of trouble. You know, obviously depending on the node that he's on, he can give you a little bit more trouble than other champions if you're not prepared for him. But I'm thinking my Archangel, my Hyperion, Starkey, any of these guys shouldn't have any problem taking him down. Alright, so you guys saw all of his attributes and specials and all that. So now let's go into the fight. And if you guys are familiar with how I like to do things, I don't go in with the champion that I want to take him down with right off. Alright, so I go in with Archangel. I don't heal up or anything like that. All of that that's happening right there, don't ask me. I don't know. Don't care. But my main goal here was to try to just sort of get familiar with his animations. But he has the same animations as the other Deadpools. So I'm just like, okay, well, there's nothing. I got a little degen on me, and I was trying to figure out why, but then I said, never mind, I don't care. But he seemed to be pretty straightforward to fight, just like I would fight any other Deadpool. So I'm just basically going in, and then he's got that unstoppable, which wrecked me. I was just like, okay, he went unstoppable. That was unexpected, but it is what it is. So next up, I go in with my Hyperion. Again, no healing. I have other champions that I'm more than happy to go in here with, but Hyperion is a beast. Now I'm seeing a lot of damage that I was taking while blocking, and Hyperion was not happy about that. So I just tried to build up some Furies. As you can see, they were being stingy with the Furies, so I just said, before these guys expire, let me at least get some damage in, fire off my L3, and maybe I'll get a little bit of healing in as well. Okay, so you see I'm dodging, trying to get a little time to, you know, hold block so I can get my heal, and he wasn't letting me, and so I said, alright, I'll just start attacking him then, and forget about it, and see how much damage I can do. And then you see there, I got unstoppable, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm about to tear you up. But I couldn't really make much use of it because he was already at his L2, and I didn't want to push him to his L3. So I had to bait out that L2, and I'm just baiting out his specials at this point because I know he's low in health, and I do not want to get wrecked towards the end. I've got an L3 that can, you know, possibly get me out of trouble if I, you know, react fast enough. You can see there he's healing up, so he's got a good chunk of health back, and I'm just like, okay, that's fine. You got up, but I'm just gonna knock you down again. Still taking a lot of block damage, so I'm trying to avoid that as well. He's got his L2, bait that out. He's very free with it, so no problem. I've got a few Furies up, and so I'm like, okay, let me just go ahead and use those because it doesn't look like I'm gonna be able to get a whole bunch more Furies. And hit him with that L3, and he's got only a little bit of health left. I pretty much have this fight in the bag. Shouldn't take a whole lot more. And so I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna even worry about healing up. Just gonna go in after baiting out that special. Now see how much health he has left right now? Watch this.
Finish him.
What is that? Does he have a health shield or something? So I'm sitting there going, alright, now I'm just playing with him. And I'm like, I'm gonna wait till I get that L2 because I want that L2. Okay, do it again. You got punched dead in your face. And that is it for Gold Pool. So that is Uncollected mode completed. If you enjoyed this video, please consider smashing that like button. Really helps me out. If you have not subscribed to this channel, want to see more content like this, also some crystal openings, give me a subscription. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you thought about this video. If you want to support the channel, take a look in my description. I have a link to my Patreon account, and you can become a patron of this channel. And you guys have a blessed day.